I love testing myself. Like my whole life, I've sort of been geared towards the hardest sport imaginable. Triathlons, Navy diving, parabats, now MMA. That's just been my draw card, be testing myself every time. The misconception is that MMA is a sort of violent thug sport, which is not. It's actually a controlled discipline sport. Some of your most humblest people are fighters. There are 3 other fighters that fight with me. My wife, Fatima, the assassin, Asmal. Then there's Tiny Tony, that's literally his nickname. And then there's JP the Butcher, Foster. Having a team fight with you, it's a huge advantage because we're the same mindset. And while we're training, it's a whole different outlook again because you're pushing each other so hard that you're not scared of the fight you're facing. You're scared of letting your team down, your fighters down. Not only your fighters, but the guys that come support you and the students as a whole. Emotionally, from the fight day, almost every fighter goes through the same sort of ritual. You're going to pee almost every 2 hours. You're going to shit every 2 hours. You're not going to feel hungry. You're going to go through physiological factors that isn't normal for a person to go through. If you don't do that, if you're not nervous, there's something wrong with you. All of your top fighters, those guys are hell of a nervous before the fight. And even in the warm-up room, they're as nervous as hell. But that spurs you. So you use that nervousness, you use that fear when you go into the cage. Now when you're backstage warming up, get your hands wrapped, you lead into a fight, your head's got to be clear. You can't go and fight and you've got personal issues or you've got issues of this and that. You have to fight through there, make it happen. Then you'll have a trainer holding the pads. Boom, 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 hold the pads. We'll have the fighter standing in that position over there. Then the trainer will come and hold the focus pads and hit the fighter without the shirt on his back, on his chest, on his stomach, on his legs, hard and quick to get that initial burst. And harden you up and get you ready for the fight. When you get in the cage, get the first hit, we're used to it. We get him ready. We don't say things like don't give up, we say move forward, keep pushing. Because things like don't give up, they got that word give up in the head already. You say move forward, make it happen, knock him out, rip his head off, cherry soul out. You'll hear your mute start playing, and then as you come up, they'll say your name, they'll say, and from Sawbacks here comes Michael Aggressor Rhymers. The minute you hear that, it's psychologically you just sort of switch on. And you have to try and block out the crowd, try and block out the nervousness, anxiety, because now it's fight time. Now it's time to get it on and make a name of yourself. If you're gonna fight for your ego, if you're gonna fight to show off, you're gonna get fucked up. Straight up. You've got to go in the cage, you know what, I'm fighting for me. This is what I do, I love it, I live for this. Too many fighters go in there saying, yeah, they beat in the cage, go outside, tell their friends, I'm a cage fighter. But they lose the essence of fighting, of martial arts. It's a sport, it's just like almost it's an artist. You're an art, you're performing your art in the cage for yourself firstly and for others to see it. Just being in that cage, when you win, it's a euphoria. Maybe it's better than sex, when you win. But if you lose, that shows that the sport of MMA isn't an egotistical sport. We respect everyone in the sport as a fighter. It's the first sport that I know of that a man that wins hugs another guy that loses and has that respect for him as well. It's not known in any other sport, MMA it is. You'll fight, you'll get knocked out, get blood, you'll break your nose, but at the end of the day, you're almost family.